When pets die, you should bury them.
I think you should stuff them.
Welcome to Nightblog.
So a little while ago, you saw us in our CGI episode, if it was real or fake. We had the cat on the drone. And what our producer told us after we filmed that was that there were some crazy things that are stuffed that people do with taxidermy, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, and you know, I don't think that I've had too many personal encounters with crazy taxidermy, but I have had some, can I say it's normal? Like, I had a friend, I guess a family friend, who would stuff their dog. And so you'd walk in the family room and be like, oh, come here, Poochie. And the thing doesn't move, and then it's an awkward conversation about, oh, that's Cujo, he died. And you're like, well, then what the crap is that?
It's kind of like the dog from Scrubs.
Yeah. Rowdy, yeah.
We actually talked about stuffing our dog I grew up with, Carter, little Jack Russell Terrier, or terrorist, as we called him.
Jack Russell terrorist.
I think you remember him.
Oh, yeah.
He said, another friend of mine called him Satan, because he growled and like snarled and made weird noises.
Yes, he did.
But anyway, so there's some weird things to do with taxidermy, some of which we've had encounters with. My dad legitimately talked about possibly stuffing our dog when he died. It didn't happen. But we have, for you tonight, on the Nightblog, some weird taxidermy stuff. It is interesting. So, Keebz.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Me?
Go ahead and hit the button right there.
Okay, I'll hit this one.
Let's see what we got. All right. What?
This made me so happy. Mainly because, have you seen Dinner for Schmucks?
Parts of it.
Okay, you know how he does like his taxidermy thing with mice? It just made me a little happy inside. That you know how like lonely women already have this like example. They're gonna grow up, they're gonna have a ton of cats. There's gonna be milk and poop everywhere. They're gonna end up on the Hoarder show with 20 dead cats in a corner. Well,
that's my aspiration and dreams.
Yeah, well, let's pretend that it was this. And you get old and alone, and you think, oh, you know, there's going to be mice because I don't clean up after myself. My hips are pretty bad. And I'm going to capture them, and I'm going to taxidermy them. Was that the verb?
I guess.
Would you?
But then also add duck feet. Black web duck feet.
Yeah, I was going to get around to have some fun with it. Because after a while, what are you going to do with mice, you know? You go out and maybe you'll buy some, like, G.I. Joe figures and start making, like, battles with them, you know? But I'd say start playing God a little bit.
I like how he looks so refined still. He's got this inquisitive look to his face.
And he's got like the like squinty eyes.
Yeah. He looks like he'd be the professor in a Disney cartoon. All right.
Yeah.
Well, my first one here. We got two mice boxing. This is actually really well done.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm legitimately impressed. And also, this would fit in the same hobby.
Yeah, yes.
So I guess we're moving somewhere in a theme.
Yeah.
Now, what I really like about this is the attention to not obviously detail, but look at the muscle. There's almost like muscle tone. You're always like winding up. You can actually see. That's so impressive.
It's anthropomorphic. That's for sure. It doesn't look like a mouse.
Now here's my question is: do you think he actually like modified their innards? Like we see the outside and the posing, and they're stuck that way. Do you think they inject like bits and make them a little more toned?
I'm sure. Well, I think it's just the skin. Like he's not like actually posing the whole animal and stuff. I believe like all the insides come out.
Right. Okay.
I assume that's how this works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just got a.
It's a very gruesome art.
Yeah, a little less hobby, a little more scary.
It's the thing serial killers do.
All right.
All right.
Now here, I'm thinking. I'm thinking dinner set pieces, you know?
It's one of the flying monkeys from The Wizard of Oz, out on the town.
Yes. If you were to put him in with, like, Sex and the City, this is the role he would play next to Sarah Jessica Parker.
Samantha, I love you.
I mean, to drink through those teeth. Oh, the challenge.
This is my happy face.
I love this so much. And, you know, I think that now that you do that, I would make sure that if I were the taxidermist, I'd hire an engineer so the mouth...
Just get one of those jokers.
Just thinking, like a nutcracker, reach on the back.
You just put the lever and it'd be a great Christmas decoration conversation.
The kids would love it.
Oh.
Oh, it's modest?
My cousin,
it's so modest?
My cousin would hate it.
Really?
He was horribly afraid of
the flying monkeys? Oh,
yeah.
well.
All right, well, this we have a... We have a squirrel riding a snake with a cowboy hat. Just yee-haw.
Oh my
gosh. I don't even think I can really explain this one further. It's just beautiful.
That is, and it's so good because it's an action shot like the boxing one, but this one like, it's the rescuers.
I like how they can tell
This is straight up rescuers, man.
He's not neutered either. He's all there.
That's impressive.
That's very impressive, and that's why he's riding a snake.
Sometimes I think you just have to retain some of the core. Oh, I need to be careful how I say this.
You just need to maintain his core.
His core. Great.
What do you got?
Okay. Okay.
Duke, I wish you could see this right now. I'll show you afterwards.
I have no explanation.
I have no response.
What I want to draw attention to a little bit.
The Bubba teeth?
Is that I know those are human teeth, but I don't know what the rest of this is. I think that it started as an owl, and this is a very, very beginner taxidermist who was like, oh, I just gotta find some wings, plop on a couple raptor claws.
This is something I'd see in The Witcher.
Oh, this is a nasty thing.
Yeah.
And but this is a great gift. Someone would be like, I'm gonna keep it because I have no clue what it is.
I'd put it on my mantle.
Yeah, just slap it tight if you wouldn't.
If I had children, this would be in the room every night.
If you got a Thai Beanie Baby and just tied its tag to it so they thought it was like made by Thai.
And if it was the 90s and anybody cared.
A Snorglophilus. That's what I'm gonna call this.
Snorglophilus. All right, let's see. This is...
Oh, it's so good. It pronounces itself.
Yep, it's a Jack Russell Terrier just holding a sign saying, I'm dead.
See, that would have completely cut out the weird conversation I had with the person at the dog in the family room. If it just had a sign on it that said, I'm dead, I would have been like, oh, cool.
But I'm not sure if he's protesting, though. He kind of looks like he's trying to protest death.
Picketing
or life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think, his whole purpose of this is like a statement that says, I'm dead, but I'm not okay with it.
Or you're alive, and I'm not okay with it.
And I'm not okay with that either. Okay,
all right.
So here's my last one. And this is in celebration of the Pope recently being...
Pope Mouse.
Pope Mouse.
I like
Mouse
that.
Pope.
Is he being crucified because he's not like this, or is he blessing the people?
You know how I felt was that he was bestowing cheese upon people?
Okay.
And it was just like a mass cheese celebration.
Holy communion for the mice.
Yes, melted cheese for everyone. And
the blood of their savior.
And who would that be? What's a famous mouse?
Jerry?
Bible? God bless you, Jerry Christ.
I'm glad we thought of two different mouse characters. Oh, this is sacrilege, that's for sure. All right, okay. Lastly, here we go. We have two squirrels sword fighting, and that one is winning.
I love your action shots, but this one wins because look at the eye.
I know.
It's like rolling back in its head. This is a straight murder scene.
It is. Well, it's not murder. I mean, it's definitely a duel.
Okay,
I'm hoping
he just lost.
I'm hoping it's a bad guy that lost.
Let's hope.
The man with 6 fingers.
Uh-huh. Oh, Montoya, could my father perpetual die? It's story time. So you're tucked in bed. You have that nice glass of warm milk. And now we're going to tell you a sweet, sweet story that won't be weird at all, so you can have nice dreams. Today we start off with a horse.
A majestic horse. A valiant horse. Whose name was Horse. And he lived...
in Paris.
Under Nazi occupation. And he was part of the underground resistance.
But you know what? He had the perfect features. So he was allowed on the streets.
He was allowed on the streets. And he was a horse, so he was a perfect cover. He was a horse.
Oh, no. But one day, instead of the Nazis, which are actually okay with the horse, a witch comes through. And she's a nasty witch. And she's got a brew the size big enough to fit a horse.
The cauldron, right?
To
make a
cauldron.
brew.
Yeah, to make a brew.
So she's thinking about making a cauldron, but the spoon is too big. The spoon is too big.
So it can fit a horse, but the spoon is too big.
The spoon is too big. She can't stir it. And so now, the horse, he's kind of got a lucky break. Because the spoon is too big.
That is lucky.
Fortunately...
the villain...
makes a death ray.
Good thing.
Good thing.
Because he can't fit in the cauldron.
In the cauldron. Even though he's the good guy.
Yeah. So, but fortunately, this death ray has nothing to do with our horse.
Because really, she was gonna make the cauldron, the potion to poison the Nazis. She was gonna use the horse, but now she's like, well, I can't. The spoon's too big, so we gotta make a death ray. So she's like,
Nazis going down everywhere.
Nazis
Paris
going
is
down
like,
everywhere. But the horse is caught in the crossbeams. But then a new vegetable is created that tastes like candy, and everyone is friends.
And the day is saved.
And the Allies win the war.
Good night.
Sweet dreams. I feel like my cat right now.
Borderline Donald Duck, but it was a cat, I promise.
She's just still chilling over there in front of the lid. Hey, cat. Hey, kitty.
All right.
Let her, yeah.
When you guys ready, I'm gonna taxidermy the crap out of you.
You're gonna look good stuffed in her bedroom.
We're gonna stuff you.